tense negotiation. Conversation with Harry made William 45 minutes late to the walkabout. A recent report said that before the royal quartet conducted the walkabout, they had to linger for 45 minutes for behind-the-scenes negotiations. The main reason for this negotiation is still unclear, but experts believe that Harry and Meghan played dirty tricks to disrupt the Cambridge house. The Prince and Princess of Wales and the Duke and Duchess of Sussex stepped out on Saturday to view floral tributes and greet well-wishers outside Windsor Castle in a show of unity following the late Queen's death. William is said to have made an 11th-hour invitation to Harry and Meghan to join him and Kate. But the two couples' arrival was delayed by around 45 minutes as the walkabout required extended negotiations behind the scenes beforehand, The Times reports. Prince William, Kate, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle delighted well-wishers with their public appearance together. The crowd broke out into applause as the Wales and the Sussexes approached. Nicola Standen, 44, from Essex, who was at Windsor Castle, said the late Queen would be proud of her grandsons for coming together. Mrs. Standen said that's probably what she ultimately wanted. Nobody wants any upset in their family, and you have to support each other at this time. I'm sure she's looking down and is very proud of the brothers together. They've had such grief themselves, so it's good that they can support each other together. Royal well-wisher Beverly Hall, from Buckinghamshire, said the brothers and their wives appeared together very symbolically, adding it might build some bridges. It might have been the Queen's wish. The Prince of Wales and the Duke of Sussex, who's living in California with Meghan after quitting royal duties in 2020, has been at the center of a well-documented rift amid the Meghan fallout. But the brothers and their wives put their differences aside yesterday as they took part in the walkabout. A royal source said the Prince of Wales thought it was an important show of unity and an incredibly difficult time for the family. Reacting to the surprised walkabout, royal author Robert Jobson said, "I am so pleased that William, Princess of Wales, reached out to his brother Harry so they could put on a united front at this difficult time of family grief. A typically magnanimous move by William in memory of our late Queen." Meanwhile, former BBC presenter Simon McCoy shared a snap of the Fab Four and wrote "wonderful." But ITV's royal editor Chris Shipp said the reunion might prove to be very short-lived. He added, "It was, I hear, very difficult for both William and Harry to bury their differences and step out in public together in this way." Finding Freedom co-author Omid Scobie said the Willises had always been scheduled to greet well-wishers at Windsor Castle, but royal sources say the decision to invite the Sussexes was made in the 11th hour. It is without a doubt a significant moment in the history of the relationship between the two brothers. The four royals, dressed in black, looked at flowers left outside the Berkshire royal residence by members of the public in an outpouring of grief and love for the late Queen, who died peacefully aged 96 at Balmoral on Thursday. They also walked part of Windsor's famous Royal Mile, shaking hands and chatting with well-wishers. Both Kate and Meghan were seen hugging emotional members of the public who are grieving the nation's longest reigning monarch. Following the 40-minute walkabout, William drove them away behind the wheel of a Range Rover. During the day, the future king issued a heartfelt written tribute to the Queen, saying she was by my side at my happiest moment, and she was by my side during the saddest days of my life. I knew this day would come, but it will be some time before the reality of life without Granny will truly feel real. Hours earlier, King Charles III was confirmed as the nation's new monarch during a poignant and somber meeting of the Accession Council at St. James's Place. Harry and Meghan were already in the UK this week when the late Queen's health deteriorated. The couple, who travelled to Britain as part of a mini-European tour, are staying at their Frogmore Cottage home, which is a short walk from the Wales' new residence, Adelaide Cottage. Harry made a dash to Balmoral on his own on Thursday, arriving at the private royal residence in the Scottish Highlands an hour and a half after the public announcement of his grandmother's death. Royal fans have drawn up scenarios for the 45-minute Cambridge and Sussex talks. One person said you can guess who caused a 45-minute delay in negotiations. "That's not how you deal with spoiled brats in our house. It's whoever's in the car in 5 minutes will go to the trip. Whoever isn't in the car in 5 minutes remains at home, misbehaved during the outing, and next time you remain at home." In this case, 45 minutes were needed to negotiate how to behave appropriately in honor of Her Majesty the Queen. Really, it's still quite apparent that Harry and Meghan Markle do not intend to mind their place, behave with respect, and honor the woman Harry claims to have had a very special relationship with no one else in the royal had with the Queen. There should never have to be a negotiation when you are supposed to be there for someone else. It's called being selfless. Thank goodness the palace was able to control the narrative in preventing Harry and Meghan from making this appearance all about themselves. It is an absolute disgrace how the hypocrites live and will stop at nothing for relevancy. The Suffixes were protected by the presence of the Prince and Princess of Wales. Miss Sussex needs to keep her mouth shut, stay in her box, and do as she's told. It's very likely that her behavior has jeopardized her husband and her children's future positions within the royal family. The fact that no announcement has been made about the official status and titles of their children and Charles stated that they will stay abroad speaks volumes. The appearance of the royal quartet gave some comfort to the people's pain. For the time being, they felt reassured that the traitors had no chance to mess up the Queen's funeral as long as she is fully rested. No matter how serious the wars later are, people will not feel regret. However, this reunion made many royal fans feel unfamiliar, one insider said. Well-sourced stories circulating on the internet report that Harry and William were planning on doing the walkabouts alone. Those members of the royal family with a grasp on reality, for example William and Catherine, realizing this would lead to booing and jeering and an unseemly incident following the Queen's death, insisted that they accompany them. There was no invitation and no olive branch. And you, do you agree with this view? Please tell me what you think below in the comments section. If you think my video is helpful, please remember to like and share video. And don't forget to follow page now. Thank you.